So hi everybody and welcome back to C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 278, and in this video I want to talk last time about our exercise, and I want to only point out that some of my examples are not complete and that's why wrong. What I mean with wrong or not complete. Let's go here to the example with this class funny person. You can see it is just an abstract class, but the important part here is this virtual destructor. And why is this so important? The reason for that is there are some rules which I have not applied here, which means I have to create also other constructors explicitly, one of the other special member functions of this class. But what are these other member special functions? And when we go here to the language, to the classes, and go down, and here default constructor, destructor, copy assignment, move constructor, and move assignment, this one not, are the special member functions. They call special members because the compiler is creating them for us when we are not defining them. And you can see I have only defined here a destructor, but not even a constructor, and the other ones also not. And this one leads to an error, or let's say it could lead to an error. And what I mean with that is when we go here to the rule of 3, 5, or 0, these are thumb rules. And these thumb rules you should follow, and the reason for that is because it says here in the first sentence, for example, if a class requires a user-defined destructor, and in my example here we have a user-defined destructor because I have created it, not the compiler. And the reason was that because virtual, we need to create it. Then it says here a user-defined copy constructor or a user-defined copy assignment operator. Almost certainly requires all three. So it says here when you create one of them, you will probably create all of three, and that's why it is also called the rule of 3. And then there is a 5 and a 0. In short term, my mistake here is that I have not just provided the other special constructors. And the reason why I have not provided them, because we have not just talked about them. We have to talk first about this, the destructors more in the detail, copy constructor, copy assignment, and so on. And then I will apply them here because it makes no sense to apply them and I don't know what they are or what they are doing. But important here to mention is that you have probably, if you made a more complex class than me, more errors, because I have probably here also some errors, for example object slicing and so on, because of this copy constructor or something like that, or the assignment operator. But if you made a more complex class, for example like they did here in the example, you can see they use here a pointer and they allocate memory in the class, and when you made some example like this, then you have even bigger problems than my simple class. And the reason for that is this these pointers will be if the compiler is creating, for example, this copy constructor, the compiler will copy this one so-called shallow copy, and shallow copy means more or less this one is exactly copied to the other object here. And in this case, because it is allocating memory, so it is managing resource, we need another copy which is called deep copy, and we will talk also about this. And in short term, the deep copy is creating also a new allocated memory, and it makes sense. I hope you remember about allocating memory, this pointer here. If it's not creating its own memory when you copy a new object, so which means the other object which you created here is pointing to the same memory like this one here, so they are both pointing to one place. And this is a big problem, because if one of these objects gets destroyed, then this memory will be freed with this destructor here. It is freeing this memory, but what happens then with the other object? This pointer of the other object is still pointing to this freed memory, and this will cause a big problem. So you can see there are some problems which we have to address, and like I said, I will do this in the coming videos. We are going over the special functions step by step, and don't wondering if we have still many many errors here in my examples because we missing many information still. But if you are realize that there are many errors, that's good, because first of all you realized it and you know you can research it and then try to understand it. But if you have not realized them, or let's say the compiler have not even give you a warning or compiler error, this is the worst case, because in my case, for example, the compiler give me here not an error, but this code here could already create a big problem here with slicing or anything else. Because I have not the right constructors here. But like I said, we will talk about this in the next video. That was just again thing that was important to mention. And I think that's all for this video, and in the next videos we start to go on with our classes to try to finish our classes. And yeah, if you have any questions, like all time, write in the comment section. See you in the next video, and like all time, have fun and never give up.